The year 2022 has been a muted year for startups, be it layoffs, be it funding erosion coming in, and also there's a markdown happening in the valuations of the companies. Now, just looking ahead up to Series D, almost 20 to 50% valuation cut has been there, and this has been always across the IPO bound startups as well, and we have been having chats with VCs and industry experts. Apart from this, also the Indian startup funding, that number has fallen more than 30%, and this is on a year-on-year basis as we compare it with 2021. Even the number of funding rounds, that has also fallen, and you can say that has also fallen almost 32% on a year-on-year basis. Now, overall, you see, that's the fall we are seeing for the Indian startups of the funding. Apart from this, the startup IPOs, which is expected to come in 2022, that is expected to come in almost 3, and last year itself we saw almost 9 startups being listed. So of course the IPO action in the startup space, that has come down. But what the IPO action is expected to come next year, that is something which we will be watching out for. And of course the big name coming in from that is Oyo, that will be almost a 7,000 crore IPO, followed by big names such as Navi Tech as well as Payment, which are expected to hit the bourses next year. Apart from this, there has been major startups shutting shop, and that is something which we like to ponder upon, especially the Indian startups, and majority of the Indian startups, especially in the edtech space. Over here in this list, almost 5 of these companies are actually in the edtech space which have shut shop. Now let's look at the global numbers. Of course, the fiasco coming in from the crypto space, being FTX also being one of the prime contenders where the global startups have shut their shop. And apart from this, there is Airlift, there is Argo. All these companies have also shut their shop in the global numbers. But let's look at the key trends going ahead for 2023 for the startups. And of course, the main focus is moving from growth to profitability as startups are actually reducing their cash burn, and the focus would be there in the debt funding, which will coming in for the growth stage startups, and also layoffs are expected to continue. And lastly, the most important thing is there is going to be a focus on restructuring, and also consolidation would be there for the bigger players.